Welcome back everybody to Season 4, Episode 2. Here we're following little Cupcake as she clambers around on a specially developed little tree. This helps her coordination and makes her a little bit nimble for when she has to go outside and climb. And as you can see, it is important that she does get her eye and hand coordination into being. She's still a little bit fumbly. And then we're going to follow little Floki. Of course, it's a big one for him. He had to go through to have an operation, and we just follow a little bit of the operation and his progress later on. So I hope you enjoy this one.
Oh, is she? Nee, dat is ook ver.
Once Cupcake and Floki were a little bit more tired and not so restless, we actually introduced the two of them together, and they sort of become best friends almost straight away. I don't know what little Floki's doing, but yeah, they seem to get on quite nicely and didn't mind each other, which I think is going to help build up both of their morale in the end of the day. It looks like Floki was a little bit frightened, and Cupcake was giving him a little bit of security and telling him not to worry, and just comforting him through the aeroplane flying over. Both sharing a meal together. No real fighting or anything like that, but I don't think either of them are at an age that they would know any different. But they seem to be getting on very, very well. This is still early in the morning, and we'll see how things progress with the two of them, how they get around. We have booked Floki in for the vet, so in the next 2 days he'll be going into the vets to get his legs sorted out, hopefully. Hand and eye coordination is very important. So you can see as she's clambering around and stuff like this gives her the ability to actually climb trees and things like this and get used to getting things into perspective. If you have a look closely at her, every now and again you can see lower down, it looks like she's got her appendage is like a male appendage, but she's actually female. They all have this little appendage at this age. It's hard to tell whether Floki was calling Cupcake or not, but in the background you can actually hear an argument with the bandits and the troops going on. But it also hasn't interfered too much with these two. They still seem very relaxed and accepting what's going on in their surroundings.
Martha, she's climbing around.
Mm-hmm.
You got there, Cupcake. Is that a grape?
She's like, ooh.
She's trying to eat the skin side though. Oh, that's the last grape though. I don't think Floki will be happy.
What's his favourite?
At this little age, the little ones will be trying scraps that fall from their mom's mouth onto the ground that they'd actually be eating and testing and see what they like. So they're not actually used to eating big whole pieces like this. So normally we cut the pieces up into little small pieces for them to actually manage. But do remember this little one is still fully on milk and it's not really required for her to eat any hard foods. This is just for her own good and practice.
It looks like the grapes are hit with Cupcake. She's got the right side this time. He's really not a fan of the veggies, is he?
He's trying the broccoli.
It's just Mark Floki. Oh dear.
Well, this is the important part, learning to drink. But you can see she's still struggling. She isn't closing her mouth over the teat completely to make a complete suction. So you won't be getting as much milk as she should. But at least it's a start and she'll slowly get there. After a hard day, jumping around, eating and drinking, there's always time for a mid-morning nap. And just to get her beauty sleep. See, Floki's also considering it, but he's not as tired, still very awake and looking around, seeing what's going on, probably interested in the other monkeys, but I'm sure he's going to take a break shortly. Floki pops over just to come and see what his little friend's up to.
Floki. Floki. She's trying to cook. I think she sees him going down. Looking very good.
Well, Cupcake really wasn't interested in her food and she's gone off to explore. Sometimes it's just great watching their little behaviors and how their coordination is sort of coming on. Of course, Floki is completely different because of his injuries. But little Cupcake is like a whole new world, and she's got to discover every little thing, every little hole, every little crack. She's basically having a look at and finding where it is, sticking her little fingers in. So yes, you can see what it's like for their whole growing phase and how quickly they learn about things around their environment. It's just so interesting watching little Cupcake as she basically goes through each little hole and each little groove looking for things like this. And all of this is basically improving her hand and eye coordination, which is very, very important for her development. So sometimes it's nice just to sit and watch and see how they're going and how they mature actually so quickly or grow so quickly. It's actually quite remarkable. And then we've got little Floki, and he seems to be very happy with himself at the moment. And soon we'll be preparing him for the vet trip.
Floki. Floki. She's trying to cook. Looking very good.
And nap time is always called for after a long day of investigating and crawling around and seeing what's all going on. So nice afternoon nap, and we'll let these two rest. Learning about the feeding cage is a very important event, and this is a little bit of feeding cage training.
Yes. No. Here. Good girl.
Well, there we go. Fantastic
Yeah.
first attempt. She's in, and that's the main thing. From here, hopefully it'll just get easier and easier. November being Vegan Month and the foundation being a vegan sanctuary, now and again we get some of our chefs to teach the volunteers how to make some lovely snacks or meals. And in this case we've got Marion Cottrell from Old Joe's Kaya in Nelspruit, who's been helping us out for a month, cooking wonderful meals for our volunteers to show everybody how to make some lovely, healthy, semi-raw spring rolls. And she's going to just show everyone how to do it, and then the volunteers are going to try and copy her.
That looks beautiful, Josie. That looks beautiful. It's got a little face, see?
Sprouts?
Oh, I'll put some in.
She
I'll put
has
a few more, do
oh.
a few more.
Put this one in first.
This one,
it's
okay.
easier. And
So
then
this
you
way?
put the sides in.
And then you
Yeah,
do like
there
a
you go.
parcel.
Because you can hold it then.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful. Now pull it tight.
And a
Use your
plate.
plate.
Floki enjoying some natural forage. What we try and do is always pick some fresh grass and grasses that we know that the monkeys eat, and make sure we provide this in the enclosures at all times, so that they can get used to eating the natural stuff and what they naturally find out in the bush. And they seem to really enjoy it. You can see he has got a choice of other food nearby, but he is enjoying his little bit of grass. This is also good for his coordination and also muscle building. So it does help him try and coordinate and pull the grasses apart and get it to his mouth and stuff, which is important, especially for this little guy.
He's watching. Oh, he's making those eyes. And he's opening his mouth. Oh, he's making.
So Floki's taken a defensive position there. He's seen something evidently, and that's him standing his ground, making a little bit of a threat, telling him they better watch out or he'll take them on.
What's the milk boy?
So Floki's learning about predators. He's actually eyebrowing and pulling faces at Rocky, the dog over there. Rocky's been very calm, but Floki is at least aware of predators, which is good. That's how he should be. So we're not doing anything to scare him. He is just laying quietly, but Floki is aware of him.
Fix that.
So first thing in the morning, I've got little Floki with me, and it's Floki's time to go to the vet to get his legs looked at to see what we can do. We think he's going to need a femoral head removal on his right leg, and we're not quite sure what the vet wants to do with the left. We'll see when he gets a look at it. So it'll take about an hour and a half to get there. He's already a bit restless. He just woke up, but he'll settle down in a minute. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not too bad for him, but in the next few days he'll probably have much restricted movement, and he'll probably have to stay inside a small cage until he heals up a little. So let's hope it goes quite well. Well, I've just arrived at the vet's. Floki's a little bit nervous. Not quite sure what's going on. It's been a long trip. But we also have a film crew here, as you can see. So they're filming an animal rescue series. So I guess they're going to be here when I bring Floki in. They want to video it. So it should be interesting. So here we are at the vet's. This is our orthopedic vet.
This is just after the operation. The vet is just finishing stitching up and things like that, so Floki is still quite deeply under. Everything went very well as far as the vet's concerned, so that's very, very positive. It is going to take a little bit, about 2 weeks of reduced movement and stuff like this, so we've got to be very, very careful there. And hopefully things will be okay, and he'll get a lot more movement back in his legs, which is the important part.
So we've just got out of the vet. The surgery was a great success. The vet is very happy. It was very clean. He's taken off the femoral head on his right leg, on the right femur. But everything's super successful. He's just woken up. He's still a little sleepy, so we're going to get him back to the sanctuary as quickly as possible, where we can start to give him his post-op care. But he looks good. He's going to be a bit sore for a few days, but after a few days he should start to be able to move around a bit more. But overall it's probably going to take a few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks before he's got his movement back and he can start to climb normally again. But fingers crossed, and let's get him back. So just back to the sanctuary, and Floki is still a little sleepy. He had a nice long nap. He's just started to come around a bit, but you can see he's still a little sleepy. So I'll wait for him to wake up a little bit more before we start to give him some fluids, milk, and eventually some food. I'm sure he's gonna have quite an appetite very soon. But good to have him back. I'm sure he's got to be back. That's 3 hours in the car. So day 3 of Floki's recovery from his surgery. It's on his right leg, on the other side. You can see the wound. So he's been kept in a small cage for 2 days just to restrict his movement. But he is wanting to start to move around a bit more now, so Jason's lifted him out. Now we've created a nice little play area for him, just to get a bit more movement. Keep him happy.
It's always difficult with little animals like this because he's already been through so much trauma as it is, and he doesn't really know if we're doing good or bad to him in the end of the day. So we've got to give him a lot of comfort, make sure there's a lot of food and things like this for him to eat, so that he feels safe and comfortable. So there's quite a bit of a repairing process that he's going through, but we just got to take our time and be as gentle as we can, slowly build his confidence up and give the muscles time to heal on that leg, which hopefully shouldn't take too much longer.
Just down at Disneyland checking up on Floki and Cupcake. As you can see, Cupcake's fast asleep, and Floki seems much more content now that he's got Cupcake with him for his recovery. So we put him back in his small cage just when he's a bit restless, but he does get the comfort from Cupcake and the human carers for now.
Thank you all for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to all our supporters for everything you do and your contributions. It's really appreciated. And till next week, we'll see you then.